When I first got in the military, it was pretty cool. Everybody had each other's rear ends. You could all cover your back. Everybody got together. Somebody was slacking, we'd lift each other up. Somebody was, family was suffering or whatever, we would be there for each other and help each other out. That's the way it started. It all fell apart practically when I went to Iraq.
Well, me speaking for me, I really think that just women in general are treated very differently from males in the military because it's still a all male, well, not all male, but mostly male, thing. They take it with pride to be in the military. And then as a woman, it's kind of like we're second, just like a second grade human in the military. Have to like some of the things that they like the guys is in the military is like being one of the guys. You have to kind of not kind of, but most of the time some things are said in the presence of you as a woman, and it's like very lewd, very sexual and stuff. And guys, they kind of shrug that off, but as females, you either allow that or don't. And if you try to be, what is it called, like speak up for yourself and be like, hey, that ain't right, of course it's another thing. Like the good old boys, you get reprimanded or something for speaking your mind or whatever. One guy, he was making a lot of sexual advances towards me. It was one of my superiors, and of course when they're your superiors, it's really hard because it's your word against theirs, and if they're respected and they hold higher rank than you, you have to always ignore them. Or if you like, not even ranks, you have to kind of be like, well, female and male, that's very disrespectful, and then they'll turn it around on you. I had to kind of court-martial the chain of command to get them off of my back. And then when you do that, you get reprimanded. I went through a whole, almost before, like a little bit before deployment was finished, nobody was able to talk to me because I was under investigation, because I called outsiders to, hear my case, and I called the JAC officer, but I was going against the grain. And when I did go against the grain, I felt like I was just, nobody wanted to talk to me. All of the friends that I made, they stopped talking to me there. And it was all because a superior made sexual advances towards me, and I blew the whistle.
A lot of the upper people, if we didn't, I guess you could say, sleep with them, then they would treat you like crap. I wasn't the type of person that did that, so I didn't sleep, so I got treated horrible. There was other females out there that got treated horrible. Then I was sexually assaulted overseas in Iraq by someone I knew for a long time. I never reported it because we were in fear if we reported anything that we would get in trouble. There was no one we could go to. That's why there's a lot of women vets that don't speak up about what happened overseas. In the military, it was big like that because they looked at women like we're just sexual, how do you want to say it, sexual objects, and that we didn't know how to use a gun, and we didn't know how to use tools and anything like that. And we got the crappy jobs. They were always trying to downgrade us on our rank. It's affected my mental health because it's hard for me to make decisions. I've lost all my morals. In the military, they teach you that if you make one mistake, somebody could die. And now that's how I live my life. If I make one mistake, not only that, but Sometimes I get upset, or sometimes I get angry, or sometimes I want to cry, and I don't have no reason why, because my body wants to take over me and protect me from a threat that's not even there. I don't like people that much anymore. It's hard for me to go out all day and do anything.
Getting out of the Navy, it's kind of like I got my femininity back and got my identity back as a woman, because I felt like I spent 5 years there. And I had to desensitize myself to some of the things that were said to me, very racist and very sexist, most of the time sexist, because, you know, women as a whole is like, it's just not fair. I think sometimes I'll go into like a time where I don't want to be bothered for like a week or so. I'm getting better with it, but I went through a really bad depression. It lasts for like a year. I sleep very lightly, so sometimes I'm real groggy when I wake up, because, you know, sleep is not easy anymore. I really think it's an individual thing. You can't just be like, well, all of us suffer this way. We're all different. We're all just different. We can all experience the same thing and have different outcomes. I think if we had like our individual caseworker and be like, okay, look, the government got this much funds for you. What would be helpful to you to get over some things, or help you with some things as far as your lifestyle goal, as far as your demographic, whatever, to help you, like just something specialized for you, not like, oh, well, we got you the GI Bill, just go to school. Not everybody wants to go to school. A lot of us are parents. They could have somebody to just like watch the kids. Like I said, the vouchers once a year, help us with discounted rate to spend time with our loved ones. That would be very helpful. I don't know how much that would be as far as them spending, but getting an education, that's pretty expensive too.
Another thing they need to do is listen to the vets. We'll tell you everything that's going on. We shouldn't have to fight to get a proper doctor. If you got some brain issues going on, you need to see a neuro doctor. You're a female, you need to see an OB. Don't make it so hard for us to get, if we need to get the money from the VA, give it to us. It's not like we're begging for it or whatever, but if we're injured in war, it shouldn't be that hard to go and do anything. Some people don't even know how to fill out the claims, especially the Vietnam vets.